My name is Susan Carmen Duffy. I'm the founder and Pay It Forward artist, probably large and in charge of Create Art for Good. I only say that because it's not just about art, it's about taking care of my fellow human. Create Art for Good is meant to support art and artists while paying it forward. Art for me is a very spiritual connection. And so along with oxygen, if I don't create in some way, I think it's like I haven't fulfilled everything I should for the day. It's sort of like you didn't eat that day, or you didn't, go to bed that day, or my mom had died, and when someone in your life dies after a long, lengthy illness, you find yourself, I think, with sort of a hole, because now I'm not running to take care of her, and I'm not as engaged in that way. And there's a lot of loss, not just in losing the person that you love, but also you get into a certain pattern of like almost busyness. And not that I needed to be busy, but I needed, I guess, to feel effective, or like I was giving back in some way, or something like that. And I feel like Create Art for Good is the product of all the experiences that I've had in the art world, in my personal life, and I feel like its success is the culmination of picking up all those tools in life. I want to open something that would support art and artists, support experiences for people, pay it forward, do all that stuff. So I started by doing a pop-up kind of version of Create Art for Good, and it caught fire. I mean, I feel like I just had to keep up with it. I wanted to do something in my community to make a difference. And Create Art for Good just kind of bloomed out of that wish, I think.
A little bit about circumstances.
Now we're going to to charity. There's the charities I support. If you tell me what you'd like to support, I will donate some. So from every sale I make, and it doesn't matter if it's a $3.99 card or a $3,000 painting or anywhere in between, I donate to a local charity. So did you pick a charity that you want to support?
You pick it.
When I cash them out and I ask them what charity they want to support, and I explain what I do, and I think that the feel good, it makes them feel good. Makes me feel good, makes them feel good, makes the charity feel good, everybody feels good. So the charities you can choose from are right there.
What's a blessing bag?
A blessing bag is a bag created to get the homeless. And then blessing bags were an effort to honestly not drive past people who are in need. This kind of stuff will go in one bag. All that will go in a giant bag, and then you put the smaller bag in this bag. So I try to put myself in their shoes, I suppose. And I try to create a bag of little love of what I thought I would want if it were me. People attending will all bring various things. So I have those little soaps from hotels and such. All of us save them now as opposed to using them or, just leaving them there. We have, like Capri Suns, because water bottles leach in the car, like in the heat, in the extreme temperatures. So we don't want to do that. We don't want to hurt anybody. We have, high calorie snacks and all that. So the toiletry stuff goes in sort of a lunch Ziploc bag, and then that all goes into a gallon-sized Ziploc bag, and then you carry them around. So In the past, what's worked out really well is I've had one person working on like soaps and all that jazz, one person on mints and all that jazz, and then one person doing this. And then if you're doing this big bag, you will ultimately assemble it. I can't drive past somebody without going, you know? Yeah. So I rolled down my window, I handed him the bag, and I said, here's some love for you. It's got some granola bars, something to drink, you know, just a piece of, this is amazing, this is just so awesome, I can't even believe this is so awesome. And when you get off at the exit at St. Paul, the next light always turns red. So I got caught at that light. So I was looking in my rearview mirror at what he did, because the negativity kind of gets in your head sometimes, and it's a little uncomfortable. And so he left where he was standing. He was crossing the street. He opened the bag. He already had a granola bar in his mouth. I started crying. So this is why we're doing this, ladies, because people make me cry. We make little blessings for them. We make little pieces of art or little love notes, I call them. And also I put in there a card so that if they can find a payphone, which they're not always easy to find, but if they call this number wherever they are, they'll tell them where the nearest shelter is. So, we're trying to be proactive but non-judgmental, and just, so it's just a little bit of yumminess just to be able to not, and I don't know, I can't stand just driving past somebody. It's just, we're all human beings, and I could be on the street tomorrow. You don't know. So the whole idea is that we just hang out, enjoy each other's company, and make some cards that you can take home. I also have stickers for the back of them though that say the Thoughtfulness Project. That's all part of the initial intent of being all of who I am. Since I can remember, I volunteered. I used to visit nursing homes and such. So I think that I find as a human being that it just balances me to make sure you're taking care of your fellow human as well. The idea that we're all in this together is probably one of my more foundational ideas. And I think that when I'm out of balance is when I'm more selfish. I think it doesn't take that much to do a little something here and there for somebody else. It's not that big a deal. I don't pretend that I can or should or will save the world. I just want to change my corner. I think this is all just a journey, and I think the cool thing about Create Art for Good is it's touched many journeys, not just mine. I mean, it's my big, huge world, but everybody who hangs here, I've done several shows where this wall is shared by multiple people, maybe even 15 different people, and they all get excited. They all get that look in their face that, I'm scared and thrilled and everything in between. And I love that. I love that, at the innocence of that emotion. I've had people in the bathroom crying. I've had people just, their feet don't even touch the floor. But it's really awesome to be a part of that process. This is my dream come true. There's no doubt. It's my dream come true. I think before I even knew exactly what I wanted this. I think that little kid playing with the crayon, with crayons and the sharpener. You have to have the sharpener. I think this was my dream even then. I think that this is exactly where I was supposed to be. I think that, I think it's exactly where I was supposed to be.
I just want to give a big shout out to Susan Carmen Duffy for her amazing work at Create Art for Good Gallery. She has provided countless opportunities for IHS students to showcase their work. She didn't need to ever do that. She has allowed kids and adults from the community also to have independent shows. She gives her heart and her soul to everything that she does. And I just want to give her a big heartfelt thanks. Love her so much.